What's up, y'all? It is pink in here because of my grow lights in the back. I haven't had any free time in the last, 4 days to edit this vlog, so there's probably not gonna be any edited descriptions, I guess, below of any timestamps or anything, because it's 1:11 in the morning on the 29th. It's supposed to be the 28th. It's not the 28th. But I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend. I hope y'all will have a fabulous week. I'll see y'all hopefully back Sunday. If there's not an upload Sunday, there won't be one for a while because I'm out of storage space on my machine and I have a lot of backlogs of stuff to take care of, amongst other things. But hopefully there will be an upload this Sunday. This is a really long vlog. Sorry about that. Everything's been, I don't know what the hell to do because I'm autistic and I don't know what to subtract and whatnot. But hope y'all enjoy it. I love y'all. Take care. Peace. So it seems like overnight this is fine. So I might just leave the poor little teenagers out here during the day and at night and not even bother taking them in. I can put the tops on at night since it is getting down to 50s and I want to keep them safe. So when I put this on, it keeps them relatively warm during the night. But during the day, they can just shine like this. It doesn't seem like rabbits or bears or raccoons or whatever aren't getting into them. But I won't know until tomorrow night, just to be on the sure side, because I may have got lucky. It also seems like some of my Pak Choi, it does seem like 2 of my Pak Choi seedlings have taken to the soil. They seem to be doing fine in the pumpkin patch. They're also weaning towards this way because of the sun, but it does get some sunlight at that section. Not a whole lot. I might put one also there, but I can't put any right here because Lucifer, Cain, and Abel keep moving towards this direction and trying to root themselves to my pepper plants, Cora and Lilly. And Mama and Sugar seems to be getting some sunlight, so it doesn't look like Lucifer's too much of a douchebag. So he's giving Mama Sugar some sun by not blocking up her view, which is respectable. Makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm a good mom, actually, because I've been raising kids, plant kids, but that's beside the point. Yeah, we're wearing shorts again today. I actually managed not to I managed not to cut myself this time. So these wounds should heal up relatively sooner. I did nick myself a little bit right there, but it's not too bad. I am never going to get sun on my legs, but that is what it is. Oh, what's this? It's my other 2 books from Demon Diary series from Amazon, it looks like. Let's go take a look. All right, so let's start with this flashier package, I suppose. I don't know what's the best way to open this, but I think we can just keep flipping this bottom. Okay. So this is number 3. They even put they have this on, so it's like a library book. It's not in the worst condition. So far, this is actually the best condition one. Number 3. Ooh. All right, so this must be number 7 right here. Okay, this is indeed number 7. This is so cute. This is cute. This is cute. This is literally what told me I was trans. This is actually the one that's in the best condition, unironically. Okay, so we have book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and finally number 7. Unfortunately, there are not more than 7 volumes. For some reason, I ain't gonna say why because I don't really know why, but they only made 7 volumes. It just was not like a popular series enough for them to consider making more than seven volumes, unfortunately. But these are the 7 volumes that we are going to read, and enjoy. And I'll try to make a review every volume as I can. This will probably be the first one I make. Yes, my apartment's a mess. That is what it is. It's been a stressful day, a really stressful day, in fact. The way you can tell how new number 7 is comparison to the rest of these volumes. These volumes were very common to find. 7 was probably the hardest to find because there were actually, I believe, fewer volumes that were made of number 7, or by that time, anyone who was interested in it really didn't care to get the last of what they writ because there's still supposedly more after number 7. It just didn't make it to serialization for some reason. But that is crazy to look at that. So today is September the 5th. I believe it is a Sunday, which means tomorrow's Monday. Let's talk about these flowers. My pumpkin plants, or pumpkin patches, are continuously growing, so I'm not really sure I need to add any more fertilizer. You know, I'm recommended to, add fertilizer, topsoil to this bed once a month, but I don't think I need to do that right now. Probably at the end of the season, because it looks like they seem to be doing fine already. So I did a little bit of research into these flowers, and it seems that these are all going to be males until, for some reason, a pollinator comes nearby and starts sniffing around when the buds are open in the stamens and tries to pull out pollens. Because what the pumpkin patches is going to do is going to keep producing male flowers until a pollinator is detected in the area vicinity and taking pollen from the flower before it resorts to putting requisited energy and resources and nutrients into making these flowers bud female ones. And until it gets either of those, and it then gets female buds and pollinates the female buds, we won't have any pumpkins. So this will continuously probably grow for literally no reason. It looks beautiful, it looks great. I have no regrets that I grew this. But the fact that there will never be pumpkins this season, and it's getting really too late in the season to have pumpkins. It is September. It's probably not going to happen this year. Meanwhile, it is time for me to pull out some of these peppers. Cora and Lilly have had these peppers here for a good while, and it's about time to pluck them. So we're going to go ahead and pluck them right now. I need to remove this flesh, which I'll have to remove it when I can get my hands up. Because I don't want to leave, like, you see how this one literally has no flesh? It's not going to waste resources into this when it's not going to produce anything. Whereas this one might, and I want to pluck this fully off the root. We got some more peppers inbound growing, it looks like. So, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Another thing to note, it looks like my Pak Choi has successfully rooted itself. These 2 Pak Chois successfully rooted themselves into the flower bed. It seems like they're going to grow and build a root system, and their true leaves are starting to pull out even more from what it looks like. And over here, the Pak Choi seems to be rooted as well. Some of it, not all of it, some of it wasn't so successful, but most of the ones that had a better root system seem to take to the soil, which is really good from what it looks like. This is another Pak Choi right here that's got its true leaf pulling out. And then this one as well. And this one, as you can see, it's really buoyant. And look at that. Look at those true leaves. Eventually, when these get bigger and it sprouts more, these are going to go down, like I said, and they're going to spread down to the base, which is pretty cool. By the way, we don't have a name for our celery or whatever the hell this is at this point, or for our morning glories. We still need names for those. And we're just going to call this willow. It is called a willow herb weed. These will eventually bloom into flowers, but we're going to go ahead and leave it there as well because it looks beautiful. It does seem like Steve and Howard have survived their surgery, and these have dried off the cap. These not only dried up and capped, but they now don't grow anymore from here, and they're sprouting new roots as well. Take up that place. As you can see, look, they're sprouting new ones. Zach told me to cut these off because it won't grow tomatoes unless they do, but it looks like that actually just injured it, or I didn't cut it off correctly because it's just kind of rotted. However, the tomato, my tomatoes, Howard and Steve, seem to be fine. Since there's no pollinators to make tomatoes, these will never produce tomatoes either, but they are a beautiful aesthetic to have in the garden. As for my Pak Choi, they seem to do fine. I put these lids on top at night to keep them relatively warm, but at some point they're just going to keep getting tall enough to where the top isn't really going to do anything for them. But they seem to be fine. They seem to be left alone out here. So I don't have to worry about this until I get finally some shop lights to bring them back into my apartment. But, you know, before I go to work, I basically, either of my jobs, I take these out and make sure they have water all my plants, and then I leave them out like here. And then before I go to bed, after the sun goes down, I usually put these lids back on top so they can get some warmth. Seems to be usually what I do. All right, I think that's gonna be it for the vlog for today. I don't think I'm gonna need to record anything else. I'm really sleepy. I need a nap. Probably go to bed a little bit early today. I've been trying to get my sleep schedule back on a normalcy of some sorts. And I'm glad to see everything else doing fine, relatively speaking. It also seems to me that these sweet potatoes seem to be doing fine whether there's enough sun or not. They're not getting discolored. And another one has sprouted up over here behind Mama Sugar, a couple sprigs. And Mama Sugar seems to keep coming up this trellis, so it seems to be fine. I mentioned it, there is something I want to put in here. I'm gonna go back up to my apartment first though. So originally I had these three potatoes just kind of doing their own thing, and they were getting to the point where they were turning to mush, and I was gonna cut them up, but we just had so many days of weeks of rain, and it was just way too much. However, I don't have enough time really to like cut these up, let them solidify, so I'm just gonna stick them in the ground like this, probably point it up towards like this, and maybe these roots will also go up and extend into other stuff. I don't know. I'd rather plant these and see what happens in this experiment than not do anything at all, and just to see how it works and where it goes. That'll be interesting. In the name of science, we are gonna go ahead and plant these and see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and leave them like this. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's a lot of worms in here. I don't know how these are gonna sprout up. There's not gonna be really any scaffolding. If I need scaffolding, I guess I can get some scaffolding though. I'm just gonna go ahead and dig them on top, and it should be fine the way it is, and they'll sprout eventually up top. Probably. Or not. I'm on my walk late at night. It is the 7th of September, and I see this stick in the freaking air. I'm thinking it's like magic is real, Garvia Leviosa nonsense, but it's actually not hanging up in the air. It's actually hanging up by a pole, by a wire. You probably can't see, but it's hanged from this pole to that stick which is suspended in air. You know, I should probably do this during the day, but like, even if I were to not do this at night, I don't even think you could actually see the wire. But that is actually levitating, more or less. So we just finished up work today. It was basically one room to do. And today is September 11th. That's not really an important day to me because I'm not a capitalist and I don't believe in capitalism. But as an American, I respect the lives that were spent protecting, you know, the state of New York, essentially. You know, rebuilding, pulling out people, making sure everyone was safe. I can respect that. Me personally, it doesn't really affect me because I don't know anybody who were in that. So I cannot imagine how the people who were directly impacted by it feel. But I am fortunate that I was not there when that happened. That said, I appreciate everyone's service, protecting the country, keeping it clean and safe. And enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you come to terms with your losses. My condolences. So right now we're gonna go ahead and get some stuff that I'm gonna eat for lunch, and then we're gonna go work on some stuff at my apartment. I have some stuff to show y'all that had came in a few days ago, and I just have not had the time to do anything with it. So lunch, then that, and then I think earlier, before, or later, we'll be going to Lowe's and Home Depot because I need to get some huge bag of soil and some stuff to repot my Pak Choi because it's about time for me to do that retransplantation. So while washing or watering my crops before, you know, I go and eat some lunch, I kind of realized, even though I'm retransplanting this today, it would probably benefit the soils from underneath. As you can see, the soils are kind of, you know, they're ready to be pulled out. They have a good, well-established root system. I need to put some water down because I want them to be moist because I don't know how long it's been since they've had water. And everything's looking fine. It looks like Steve and Howard, that's Steve, that's Howard, they're growing back quite phenomenally. Willow is just being Willow. She is technically now getting burnt down here. So that's probably because I haven't been watering them as much. The radishes are kind of doing radish things. I'm wondering if they're ready to be picked. I don't know. I might leave them because that seems to be what the rabbits like to chew on. Rabbits like to chew on these leaves and stuff. Celery, parsley, or whatever is doing its own thing. And it seems like a lot of these are flourishing. As they get bigger, I'm going to replant them down so that they have a better root system close to. Like this one right here is like the biggest one of Pak Choi I put down. Cora and Lilly are doing Cora and Lilly things. The kale is about to be devoured by Lucifer. And Abel and Cain and Sally and Linus, they're doing fine. They just still have not planted any female flowers for them to make it. I don't think this is going to be the season that they actually grow pumpkins, but it looks really pretty to see this. Snoopy and Woodstock back here are doing fine. Mama Sugar is still climbing the trellis here. I think we're doing fine. So let me go add some water to these flats. Just a little bit, I don't need a whole lot. And then we're going to go and get some lunch. This is lunch, a plant-based burger patty with some, I guess, non-dairy produced croissant bread with some non-dairy produced cheese. I don't like dairy cheese. I never did. There was very few that I did like, but I didn't like the after effects, like being bloated or having diarrhea or not being able to poo, and then gastronomical thingamajiggers where you're like farting. Yeah, I didn't like that about dairy products. So this, not so much. I like it. I mean, I did make some homemade, I guess, non-dairy mayo mixed in with sriracha, which is really good. Right on top of the sandwich. We'll finish eating this, and then we'll go feed the fish. And now we are going to go ahead and fish the fish, or feed the fish. Watch this. Look at it. They come up here because they expect to be fed. Because apparently koi fish and other fish they remember faces, or they remember shapes of faces of people who feed them. Alright, so I was gonna go back to my place and start working on stuff after I had ate lunch, but now I can't move. The burger was enough. And I got bribed with some pumpkin spice coffee. And what I mean by bribed, I mean I found it and then I stole it from somebody, and I'm drawing now. So we're gonna do this for a bit, I think. Terrible vlog. I think that's all I'm gonna get for right now. I think we've been here for about an hour and a half. I still have more to do, but this is as much. We may not be able to go to Home Depot today, which is gonna be a pain in the butt. There's only gonna be about an hour more of sunlight, and it looks like I'm probably not gonna be able to get the Pak Choi into pots, which is a really pain in the ass, to be honest. But it kind of is what it is, because I don't want to have to deal with this, you know, when the sun's down and put soils all over my apartment. So I'm gonna have to try and probably walk to Home Depot if I can. I don't think there's a direct way that I can technically walk there, and even by the time I get there, it's probably gonna be already sundown and having to go through the interstate highway. So I'll have to plead with Pa and see if I can ask him to take me. This is the blood meal that I'm using for the Pak Choi, but I don't see any coconut coir yet, or even over here. I'm gonna keep looking. Decision. These are compact and long, and I can easily put at least 2 or 3 Pak Choi plants in here, and they're really deep and super compact. And I think these will be fine to put up. They're not pretty, they're not the color. Kind of wanted something like cute and that pops out, but I think this will do. I'll leave 2 because I don't want to be a complete monster and take all of them. I have sand, but I don't want to bring sand into the house. I want something like coconut coir, and I don't see any of that out here. That said, I did find some stakes that we're going to go ahead and collect. This should help keep my pumpkin plants intact from taking over the kale, I think. That might be it. This might be it. So we're going to probably cash out here. If there's anything else we could get, then I might pick it up. I don't know what we'll do with it, but we will see. I might get a couple succulents, but I don't know. All right, so I finished shopping. Mom is reading a book. You want to say hi to the vlog? Okay. Appreciate her. I was going to pick up a couple succulents, but I don't trust Mom in not killing them. Plus, I'm going to
Why don't you try and bring Cujo back?
I don't think there's any.
Zach is the one who killed Cujo.
Zach wouldn't even water Cujo after I left. I was thinking about getting her some succulents, but I'm going to be giving her some.
Why don't you try and fix Cujo?
I don't think there's any cure for Cujo.
He's not dead yet.
Okay, first of all, Cujo is a girl. You already said it. Even though we gave Cujo a masculine name.
It should be Cujo.
Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so I was going to get Mom some succulents, But one, I looked at the price of the succulents and they were super duper expensive, and I didn't want to pay any more than what I needed to. And I got the 2 stakes, the soil bags, and then some plant pots. And that's Mom yawning. And they were a little bit expensive, but plus I'm getting Mom some Pak Choi here in a bit, and that's gonna be like literally like a plant in her house, so that's not a concern to me. As soon as they reach teenage years, I'll give her a pot, so that way I can guarantee that she ain't gonna kill the plants. She probably will. If she kills the Pak Choi, then I don't know what to say. But anyway. It turns out I have to order the coconut coir online. So I'm just going to go ahead and repot everything. When they get to an adult age, I can repot them with coconut coir. They do seem to be taking to the soil, but when we get to our apartment, I will show you what we will do with that. And then hopefully everything else works out the way that it does. Meanwhile, Mom's going to keep finishing up whatever she's reading, and I guess we're going to chill out here, which is fine, too.
That's the book I'm reading.
That's the book she's reading. Is that a capitalist book?
It's a mob book. Jimmy Hoffa.
That sounds like capitalism.
Who killed Jimmy Hoffa?
Radical capitalism. Yeah, do you have any last words for Zach on the vlog, or are you going to say anything for that?
Go Gators, since the Vols lost.
What?
The Vols lost today.
Today is a travesty on the 11th of September, y'all.
Hey,
and not just because it's New York.
Don't even go there.
You hear that? Zach?
Compare.
That's Mom. She says it's a travesty to be
Naomi?
a Vol.
I did not say that.
Okay, so as I have daylight still, I'll try and stake these probably tomorrow because I won't have the sunlight for that. But I do want to go ahead and fill up some of these pots and be able to pull out some of the Pak Choi that's over here. Again, I got this idea for putting these in containers using that blood meal and coconut coir from, I guess, what's his name? Hollis and Nancy's Homestead, and then Martin's Family E-Diary or something like that. I'll put the links in those in the description below. So I kind of just want to go ahead and use up the rest of this potting mix right here. And then we'll get into the Vigoras that I just bought today. We're going to fill up this and we're going to leave this outside. Because, you know, Pak Choi can last between degrees that are all the way below 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So that should be fine. We have this container. We have this one. And then we have that one right there. Yeah, because I want to get them out of flats as soon as possible. And then we can reposition them at a later date. I also got a tape measure, so let's do that. It looks like, yes, I'm going to need some more soil. This is about where I want to fill them up with soil. And I need enough soil for 3 more planterns. This one over here took up the longest to freaking fill. And this is probably the one that I messed up. But, you know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pak Choi seedlings in here, and they should grow up very happily, and eventually we'll have some. They're not up to here, but this is super deep, and that's going to be enough soil mix for them. The problem is they may or may not get enough soil, and I didn't exactly have time to select which ones are going to keep and which ones are going to be fine, but this is going to be fine there. So we still have a lot more to go for that. I'm thinking over here, what we're gonna do is we should be able to put one here, 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 and here. We should be able to put 4, I think. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and then I'll have to leave some of these still in planterns, but they should be fine. I'm gonna get some measurements. But first things first, I'm going to try and just go ahead and tackle this while I still have some daylight. And it'll go sloppily done, but they are in place. You know, boys, y'all overstepped your boundaries on this other half of this. And I had to wrangle them up. I don't know how well that's going to affect them. I'm hoping they will climb the stakes so they'll still have growth. But I don't want them taking over this whole freaking flower pot. I probably should like manicure this and have their leaves hanging up, but I don't know how many of these plants I damaged in the process of trying to hoist them up here. But I also wanted to give my girl Lilly some support, so I put a stake here so that she can keep growing and she can, you know, climb up on here as she grows. We're gonna go ahead and get some extra potting mix, and we'll recontinue on to this as quickly as I can before the sun kind of gets all down right here. There are two here. We're just gonna go ahead and take this one because you know, man down, bro. Man down, bro. We gotta save our man, bro. This one's pretty much okay. It's just chilly, bro. This one's man down though. He drank too much on a game day Saturday, so that's his fault. We're gonna just go ahead and steal it because I don't think anyone cares. So the best potting mix is the one that you steal from someone's neighbor's lawn, favorably a family lawn, so that way they can't complain about you taking it earlier, even though they said that you could actually just take it anyway. So, because it's been here for 2 years. So just because it's been here for 2 years, I don't know if this will have an effect. But Mama, if you're watching the vlog, you did say I could take this potting mix, so we're gonna go ahead and take it. But we are technically stealing it. Oh well, I'll tell you about it later. Okay, after walking around town and getting dirtied all over, looking like a freaking jackass, we finally brought this back home. Holy frick, dude, I feel like I got a workout there and I haven't used my muscles in God knows how long. Might regret this, but I did put some extra supports here. I just went and had to use the other bag. Hopefully they will climb up here. And I did want to leave 2 on each side because it seems like these might start overhanging. And I kind of want them to start latching onto this. I probably should have put a post right here, to be honest. I might take this one back and I'll put this over here because I put an extra post right here just in case if it starts going around here. I'll take this post back and we'll go ahead and stick this post over here on the side so that way it has something to, I think, climb up. So my plan is to hope that they basically grow up on here and latch upwards. That's basically just to slow up the pace to get over here because I still want to put some Pak Choi down here. And that might die. I'm not really sure if I'll have to cut this whole stuff off. And I don't know if that's going to inhibit the growth of the pumpkin patch. If it just grows past here, I'm just going to pull out these stakes and probably use them for some other things. Because I don't want my whole efforts to be gone to waste. If it takes up the whole patch, it takes up the whole patch. Hopefully this doesn't, set back these pumpkin patches from growing any pumpkins anytime soon. And I did have a long conversation with Ma, which she said that sometimes when you grow something for the first year, it does not grow anything at all. And that's perfectly normal. Unfortunately, that's how life goes. So, we're burning daylight. Let's get this done. Oh my freaking lord, dude. Look at this. Holy God, dude. I look like I've been, in a battle with a mighty dragon. Holy frick. And, I was trying to, shield the fire breath from that. Oh, God, I'm so freaking dirty, dude. I need to... Holy... Okay, so it's getting super duper dark. The light even turned on the phone. This is as much as I got done with replanting, and I still have 3 plants in here, 4 in here, 4 and 4, so 12 and 17 in total. But I'm getting to the point where I'll risk damaging my plants if I continuously try to pull out. And there's so much more that I want to get. And I want to put them in these plant turns as soon as possible and get them into more pots. I need more containers. It is just freaking unreal. And I may have overextended myself, and that's perfectly okay. I'll see if I can... I'm going to have to see if I can get some taken care of online as I didn't take into account for the amount that I would pick up and use. We'll see. Oh,